Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Cybernet. So in my previous video I've shown how to connect your command line interface, either be it your git bash on Windows or any other Linux terminal, to your GitHub account through SSH tokens using your public SSH key. So in this video I will be showing how you can manage files by pushing and committing the changed files from your local machine to your GitHub repository through the CLI instead of dragging and dropping files every time through the GitHub web page. So now first we need to create a new repository. So I'll be creating a new repository and I'll be naming it as testing. And when we click on create repository, now we can see they have GitHub has suggested as a set of commands. Now these are the commands we will be using, but not in the specified order. So first be sure that you click the SSH here. If you have followed my previous video and you have come to this, you will be already have already selected the SSH option, or else you will be on the HTTPS option. So just click on the SSH to be sure. Now get onto your terminal or your git bash on Windows. Now I will be making a directory called testing and I will be moving to it, and now I will be connecting my GitHub repository to this folder on my local machine. So to do that, first we need to type git init, which will initialize GitHub repository in our local machine. So next we need to add the remote origin. You need to copy this line. You can directly copy paste it here, and next you need to specify the branch to which you would be making the changes to. So in my case, by default I have set it to main, but in your case it might be master. So it's your wish to specify which branch you want to create, or to which branch you want to commit the changes to. So I have mentioned it as main. And now when we hit git status, we can see that there have been any commits or changes to be made. So to do that, first we need to create some files. For example, let me create two files, test1 and test2. Now you can see the question mark here. When you click on git status, you can see that untracked files. So you need to use the command git add, and the files you need to specify the files which you wish to commit to the repository. So to do that, we'll be doing git add file1 for the whatever test1, test2, and so on. But it can become a bit tidy and tiresome if you have a lot of files to commit. So to do that, you can just click enter the period to commit all the uncommitted files. Now when we see the git status, see changes to be committed. Now we have added the files, now we have to commit them. To that, we'll be using git commit -m, let me show with the flag, okay, small m, and you need to give a text to the commit which you will be doing. So I'll be showing where it will be reflected later. Let me give it initial commit. Now when we check the git status, you have nothing to commit, but still your GitHub repository doesn't show any files presently contained in it. So to do that, you need to do git push -u origin, and main is the branch to which you want to push these changes to. And when I do so, and I would have pushed the files, and when you refresh the repository, you can see that you have successfully uploaded these files, and now you can see here the commit message which I have given. So it helps you to recollect why and what changes you have done in the specific file. Now it's not only the case where you have created a new file. If we have made changes to a file, now let me say hello world. Now I have made changes to these files. When you check the git status, you can see that we haven't we haven't added the files yet. So when you change a file or any of the files, you can follow the same steps which I have shown before. Git add dot and git commit -m and second commit. You can give even more reasonable names, and finally git push -u origin main. And when you refresh the page, you can see that it's the second commit and I have made changes to the file. So this is how you create a repository and connect it to a folder or repository or directory on your local machine, be it Windows or Linux. So what if you have a repository or already created and have files on that? Now how do you do that? If you would have followed my previous video, I've already shown you how you could clone it, your GitHub repository onto your local machine using the command git clone git at github.com issue rotionally339. that's my username, so you'd be using your username / any other repositories you want to clone. Okay, now be sure that let me clear with the confusion that if you ever want to clone some other users repository, please be sure that you will be using the HTTPS and not the SSH, because this SSH link works only for the repositories which you are the owner for, the repositories of your own account, not the of others. So be sure you use HTTPS when you are cloning repositories of other users. Okay, you can even clone other users. Now let me show you how you can do that. Let me show you a repository I know. Okay. David Bombal. Now we see here, okay, this is some random one. So when I click on code, you can see they have the same options, but you can't use the SSH because it's not configured to use to you. So I will copy the HTTPS link and I will git clone and I will paste the URL here, and now I will be cloning the repository over here. So when I move over here and I have here the git status line, now when I have the git status, you can't do any changes to other users, so you can just clone their repositories. Like you can only share their files, but you can't make any changes to their repositories until and unless they have given permission to you to change. Okay, now let us get back to our repository, and now here, now if we have if it is our own repository, okay, now I have a repository called webtech which is on my machine. So, and I currently don't have any changes to make. So, and even in here you could make you could do the same changes to the same commands if you have done any changes in your file, like git add, git commit -m new changes, I would say, and git push. This doesn't work as I've already have it updated. Okay, so you can use the same commands. All these commands will be available in the description, so don't worry about it, and they will be also available when you freshly create a new repository. So you can either look it from there or you can use the commands in my description. Okay, now thanks for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe to Cybernight, and please do comment if you have any doubts regarding this video or the previous one. Thank you.